Welcome to Free Thoughts from Freedom Chiropractic and Rehab, your space for health, healing, and insight. I'm Dr. Chip Bleem, and this is episode number 56. If you find these videos to be helpful, please hit that subscribe button and join us for more free thoughts every week. We share simple ideas to help you move better, feel better, and live with more freedom. Thank you for tuning in and being a part of our community. All right, it's time for our quote of the week. This one comes from architect and inventor Buckminster Fuller, and he said, "When I am working on a problem, I never think about beauty. I think only how to solve the problem. But when I have finished, if the solution is not beautiful, I know that it is wrong." Listen, I love this quote because it applies directly to our health. It may not sound like it will, but it does. Most of us spend our time chasing what looks good. The perfect workout, the perfect body, the perfect routine. But real health isn't built by chasing appearances. It's built by solving problems. How do I reduce my pain? How do I move better? How do I sleep more consistently? How do I create habits that I can actually sustain? When you solve the real problem, something interesting will happen. The results often look better too. Strength looks good. Good posture looks good. Energy looks good. But those are the byproducts. So this week, don't ask yourself, how do I make this look better? Ask, what problem am I actually trying to solve? Solve that well, and the rest will tend to follow. Okay, let's talk about health. For most of human history, movement wasn't an option. It was required. It was survival. Our ancestors didn't work out. They hunted, gathered, climbed, carried, and walked for miles. The human body we have today is the result of millions of years of evolution favoring people who could move well, move efficiently, and move often. We are not built for stillness. We're built for function. One of the reasons is something called biotensegrity, a concept developed by orthopedic surgeon Stephen Levin and inspired by architect Buckminster Fuller. Instead of being stacked like a tower of rigid blocks, your body is held together by a balance of tension and compression. Muscles and fascia create tension. Bones handle compression. Think of it less like a machine and more like a suspension bridge. Strong, flexible, adaptable. And movement doesn't just happen one muscle at a time. It happens in chains. When you throw, lift, or even walk, force starts at the ground. It travels through your legs, transfers through your core, and finishes through your arms. Everything is connected. That connection is largely managed by fascia, a continuous web of connective tissue that wraps around your muscles and organs. Research from Thomas Myers, who wrote Anatomy Trains, a great book by the way, describes these connections as myofascial meridians, long lines that help kind of hold your body and distribute force and even store some of that energy. A perfect example, your Achilles tendon. It acts like a spring. It stores energy when your foot hits the ground and releases it as you push off. That storage and then release system is one reason humans became exceptional long-distance runners, as shown research by Dennis Bramble and Daniel Lieberman. Even our structure reflects this design. Our pelvis became shorter and broader to support this upright posture. Our gluteus maximus grew larger to stabilize and power running. Our spine developed its S-shaped curve to absorb the shock, and our arched feet act as both shock absorbers and rigid levers to push against. All of this points to the same conclusion. Your body wasn't built for the chair. It was built to move. This week's good news comes from right here in the United States of America. And it's something that made a lot of people smile at the 2026 Winter Olympics. See, the games were full of exciting moments, but two that really stood out were the gold medals that we won in both men's and women's ice hockey. Both games were won in overtime, over Canada. The highlights of the women's game included a late game-tying goal by Hilary Knight, followed by the game winner scored by Megan Keller just over 4 minutes into that overtime period. Then the men's game, Jack Hughes scored the overtime goal that clinched the Olympic gold for the men's team. It's the first men's hockey gold for the U.S. since the historic Miracle on Ice in 1980. With a chipped tooth and blood on his jersey, Hughes delivered that game-tying goal, sparking joy across the nation. After the win, he said, "I love the USA. I am so proud to be an American today." These were more than just big sports wins. For many people, they were moments of unity and pride, a reminder of how sports can bring us together and lift spirits during tough times. So this week, let that feeling stick with you. Good things still happen, and sometimes they come from the heart of hard work, teamwork, and pride in something bigger than ourselves. That is some good news to carry with you today.